Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you step-by-step how to clean a grass cutter carburetor. A clean carburetor is very important to keep your machine running smoothly and to save fuel. I'll walk you through the whole process, from removing the carburetor, dismantling it carefully, cleaning each part, and finally reassembling everything correctly. So let's get started. First, let's remove the fuel hose. For this, I'm using a 12 ratchet. Slowly detach the hose clip and carefully pull the petrol line away from the carburetor. Now we can remove the carburetor itself. Gently slide it out from the machine. Be careful not to force it. These parts are delicate. On the throttle side, you'll see the throttle cable and needle. This is connected to the accelerator cable. To remove it, just lift it up and slide it out slowly. Remember how it fits because we'll need to put it back the same way later. Next, we'll loosen the air inlet. Use a screwdriver to remove these two screws here. Once removed, you'll notice some dust collected inside. This is very common. Take out the padding and clean around the inlet. Make sure everything is dust-free before we move to the next step. Here you can see how the throttle lever works. When you press the accelerator, the lever moves and controls the airflow and fuel mixture inside the carburetor. Carefully remove the needle adjuster. This is a small but very important part, so don't lose it. Now let's move on to the float chamber. The float chamber controls how much petrol flows into the carburetor. Use your screwdriver to loosen the screws and gently remove the float chamber cover. Inside, you'll see the float cup and the small metal lever. The float rises and falls as petrol enters the chamber. When the float touches the lever, it closes the valve and stops excess fuel from entering. This simple system is what keeps your engine from flooding with petrol. Next, remove the main jet. This tiny part is critical for controlling the fuel spray into the engine. Be extra careful here because the threads are delicate. If they are damaged, the carburetor may not work properly. Now, let's clean all the small parts. You can use petrol for washing and a paintbrush for scrubbing. also using a fine needle to clean the inside of the jet. If you have proper tools, please use them. It's safer. But if not, a needle can still help to remove dirt and blockages. Make sure every single part is cleaned thoroughly. If dust or fuel residue remains, it can cause the engine to stall or lose power. Once everything is clean, it's time to reassemble the carburetor. Do not push too hard. You might damage the threads or bend the parts. Place the float valve back into the hole carefully. Reattach the float chamber cover with the screws, insert the needle adjuster back in, and then reconnect the throttle cable and needle. Put the carburetor back into position and connect the petrol hose again. Now the carburetor is fully assembled. After starting the engine, you may need to slightly adjust the jet needle to ensure smooth operation. If the machine accelerates properly and doesn't stall, slightly adjust the jet needle to ensure smooth operation. If the machine accelerates properly and doesn't stall, that means the cleaning was successful. And that's it. You've just learned how to clean and maintain a grass cutter carburetor. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more DIY repair tutorials. Thanks for watching.